Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Tuesday, March 15th. Tune into this show because Mike Brenner keeps hinting that he has something special planned for me.
Well, I don't know about special, Pete. Normally we don't talk about the night before, but I want to rant a little bit real quick if I can. Okay. All right. I went 2-4 last night. Totally unacceptable. Okay. My two first halves killed it. All right. Cavaliers don't show up. They lose against Utah, who was without Gordon Hayward. Right? They don't cover the half. They don't cover the game. And my three-team teaser, the Toronto Raptors, buried me. They killed me. All right. And it comes down to two things: coaching. Dwayne Casey, Tyronn Lue. You guys are in the wrong business. You got to go. All right. Now Toronto. Here's
just
Toronto.
because of one game.
No.
Okay.
Hey, Toronto. This is the same team that got swept last year by the Washington Wizards. Are you kidding me? All right. People get all excited about Toronto. Toronto's this and Toronto that. They got maybe two players. All right. DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. All right. And neither of them are all that great in my eyes. They don't shoot more than 42%. Okay. That's not great in my eyes. But, here's the thing. You know Drake, the singer, right?
Sure.
All right. Well, he is a minority owner, all right, of the Toronto Raptors. Okay. And he's got that big song. You can't miss it. Every commercial you hear it is, you never call me on my cell phone. Well, guess what, Drake? I love music. Not a big fan of yours, but I'm going to change the words a little bit for you, okay? You better call someone on your cell phone who can shoot. Who can shoot. This team is pathetic, all right? And people in Toronto, don't take it personal, but I feel sorry for you. Don't settle for mediocrity like you've been doing for many years, all right? Dwayne Casey is not an NBA coach. He's not a college coach. He might have a shot at the high school level.
Wait a minute. If they don't have any talent, but they have an okay record, that means he's doing a great coach.
If they were in the West, this team wouldn't even have 25 wins. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm putting it out there. I'm going to have some pissed off bloggers. But look, you let a Chicago Bulls team come into your building, all right, with all of its players out, except Butler steps in, rusty as hell, and you get your asses kicked from start to finish. You were never in the fucking game, excuse my language, all right? But I had to vent, I had to rant in Toronto. I will never use you again.
Oh,
right?
shit.
I'm done with that team. Matter of fact, I don't even think they deserve a franchise. So let's get back to the main part of the United States.
Mike Brenner.
And Tyronn Lue
There
from
you
Cleveland.
go.
I'm telling you right now, what happened? That team just looked like they were turning the corner. It's coaching. If a coach can't get a team ready to play against a team that doesn't have its stars, it comes down to coaching, buddy. It does.
Look at it. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good. See, this is why because for you losing is not acceptable.
No, it's
for
not.
me, losing is funny. But
Well,
all right.
don't buy that. Hey, with that being said, we're going to pan this board. And I'm sorry for the rant, but I had to let it out, and I feel a hell of a lot better.
Sure.
Used to call me on my cell phone.
Energy equals ratings.
Great. 73 and 57 now. I'm at 56%, still very respectable. I will push that number up tonight. I'm feeling good. Pete, 32 and 40, 0 and 2 last night. He's laughing deep down. He's crying. He doesn't like it. It's unacceptable to him too, and don't let him fool you. 44%, but I have faith in my man. He's going to turn this. He's going to turn it over. He's going to push it up, and we're going to do it one game at a time.
All right. Okay. So
with that being said,
starting with tonight, I'm all in on Toronto -2 at. No, I'm kidding. Okay, that's just a joke. Well, let's start with the Toronto game. Toronto on a back-to-back at Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Now we know that that Toronto doesn't have the kinds of players and coaches that you would like to see in a team.
Let's pay DeMar Carroll $13 million a year. Okay, the guy averages 4 points and 4 rebounds or whatever.
Sure.
Whatever. I'm done.
Okay.
Shut up.
You sure? Get it all out there, baby.
I needed to get that out, Pete.
Well, they are playing Milwaukee on the road, and Milwaukee has covered 3 in a row. They've sort of stepped things up, changed, tweaked things a little bit with
I hope they bury the fucking Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, they got a point forward system going that's really working, and Toronto's on a back-to-back. They're a road favorite. Do you like Milwaukee at +2?
No, I'm not touching that game. I'm not even going anywhere near that game. But I'll call you on my cell phone.
I was actually thinking about the Toronto team total under 104.5. What would you think about that? I mean, do you think
I have literally no insight to that game, Pete. And it's my bad. I just was so mad I didn't even look at that game. So.
I hear you. All right, well, let's move on. We got another interesting matchup here. Clippers at San Antonio. Now, this one I'm not going to be touching. Clippers lost 3 in a row ATS, including a big loss to the Cavs last out. The Spurs have lost 5 out of their last 6 against the spread. Yeah. This one I could see going either way on the side or the total. -9, though, is a huge spread.
Number.
Do you have anything to say about this game?
Well, I do, because the Spurs are involved in one of my picks.
Okay, let's hear it.
I have a 2-team teaser, Pete. I got the Spurs. It's 9 on the game,
Yes.
so it'll be 5 after the 4-point adjustment, because the 2-team teaser is a 4-point adjustment.
Yes.
So Spurs -5. You couple that. with the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, okay. Right, that happened to be just what I was looking at. Right.
Okay, and if they're still 7.5?
They're 8, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll take them -4.
Yeah. Philly has beaten them their last 2 times that they've met. All 3 meetings went under. This is a big spread, though, of course. And as
Philly's without its 2 centers. Okay, one's been out all year, Embed, and what's his name, Okafor. He's out. Right. They're banged up. Covington's not playing, and the Nets,
at some point, even though the Nets are one of the bottom teams in the NBA, at some point there's got to be some kind of pride inside of them that's saying like, this horrific team has beaten us straight up twice. They got to be hitting back
in their head, and that's why I like the Nets with the Spurs. So it'll be Spurs -5, Nets -4. That's a 2-team cashing.
I mean, I was thinking about that, but then I saw the spread. I was like 8. All right, that's a high line there. Do I want to take -8? And I was just like, I don't know. But you think that this might be a spot where that might actually have some value?
I do, and I've got 3 total picks, and my third pick is the Nets on the first half.
A -4,
and it is -4.
4 or 4.5 market wide, so you can take 4.
Yep.
And I'm thinking maybe of tailing that one, although I don't know. I mean, obviously, if I just tailed you on every play, I'd be 57% in no time.
We're not doing that either. You're not jumping on my tail like that. I'll pay your bar tab, but I'm not going to let you tail my picks.
Well, actually, no, tailing, I mean, that's the way sports betting tailing is absolutely 100% legit because what you can't do is if you tail someone and then it loses, you can't blame them. It's like your decision to tail. But absolutely, tailing is absolutely, I mean, however you get your information, however you decide on value is perfectly fine. You know, like if you want to like read a columnist in some paper and you think this guy has a great read and you just copy all of his opinions, he's not even giving gambling picks. That's a legitimate. I mean, however you get your edge is up to you.
I like that. Seriously, that was very well said. No, I mean that.
No, it is. It's true.
But I only have 3 picks, and that's my 3, and I'll review them at the end of the show. But what do you got for us?
Well, here's what I was thinking about. You tell me, what about Boston?
I had a blogger ask me if they needed to throw out a life raft for you.
No, I'm fine. Okay. Boston at Indiana. You know, Jay Crowder's out for Boston. That's bad, right? Defensively, that's gonna hurt him. And Indiana coming off a bad offensive performance, blowout loss to Atlanta. Now, you know, I'm not super jazzed about betting against Boston, but I'm thinking that this has to be a good spot to take Indiana, or no? What do you think?
No, I'm not a Frank Vogel fan whatsoever.
No, me neither.
But started on him. No, I'm just kidding. But I thought at first to take Indiana, but the way that they lost, I'm wondering if it got in their heads and it might take them the other direction as opposed to pumping them up. Yeah, and Boston, they're not only missing the defense from Crowder, but they're missing them 14 points a game too. So it might be a good pick with Indiana, but I got to stay off it because I don't feel the momentum with them. I don't feel no mojo.
And I was also leaning over in that one, and oddly, the first half total, the full game total is 207 or 207.5. The first half is just 100.5, which usually indicates to me that you want to look to the under. But since I was leaning over anyway, I mean that's
and you know, from what you broke down, that makes sense because you're losing defensive, you know, a good defensive player in Boston, and then you got Indiana, who if they do come out pissed off, they're probably going to shoot early and going to just unload.
You know what?
Pull the trigger, Pete.
I'll get over first half 100.5. It might lose, but
I don't want to hear that it might lose. How about I'm going to put 100.5?
It's probably going to lose. It's probably going to lose, but I'll take first half over 100.5 in Boston, Indiana. But your gut feeling is stay off of Indiana -1 on the first half.
That's my gut feeling. Right. Again,
does make sense. There's something wrong with it. So Indiana's not a team with great character.
Paul George, what happened to that guy?
Yeah, something's up with him. I don't know. All right, well, that's a tricky one. I'll take Boston over first half. I like 100.5, and then also let's see, what else do we have here? Other interesting games. Denver's on a back-to-back. They lost, but they covered. They've now covered 5 in a row. Yeah. Orlando's very rested. That's a very tricky one.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is another example of coaching. Mike Malone. This guy is class. He's a class act. Sacramento made the worst decision in letting him go. He is coaching a team that's really doesn't have a whole lot right now. They got a lot of injuries, and they bring it night in and night out. Even though they lost last night in Miami, they covered the spread, and this team just doesn't give up.
And speaking of Sacramento, you know, they're playing the Lakers. The Lakers have been a big under-trender at home. Yeah. The line has gotten bet up, though. It was 217.5 earlier. Now it's 218.5 or 219. And the Lakers are a 3 or 4 point home dog here. You know, I was thinking about the Sacramento team total under, which would be about 111. I mean, Sacramento's just a mess, right?
Yeah, they were. I had them on my list, and I said, hell no, because they're a mess. You nailed it. They're a mess.
Yeah.
But George Karl said, the only thing that can fix this mess that's going on right now is winning. So I don't know. Does that translate onto
Head
the
case
floor?
situation. All right. Well, I'll stay with just my one pick, which is probably going to lose, but I'll go with it anyway.
Here we go,
Boston, Indiana, over first half, 100.5, and review your 3 picks, Mike Brenner.
My 3 picks: the Nets -4 on the first half. I love it. And then I've got. Wait a minute. I only have 2 picks.
You only have 2 picks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I got a 2-team teaser.
The 2-team teaser.
Yep. Spurs -5 and Nets -4.
Okay.
Yep.
There we go. We got it. That's the show for March 15th
And
in the
I'm
NBA.
sorry for ranting, Toronto fans. It's just you got to get that shit out. But that
that's
team
okay.
seriously got some serious issues, and you're not going anywhere deep into the playoffs this year. Trust me. All right. That's it.
And
Great
that's
show.
it. Are we going to pan
Oh,
back?
hey, let's pan one more time. Thank you, Pete. All right, I'm surprised you said that. 73-57. I'm 56%, and I'm going to move it up tonight. I'm feeling good about it. And Pete's 32-40. He's moving it up with
No,
his one
I'm thinking.
play
I'm
today.
feeling 32 and 41.
And 44%. I'm not buying that shit either. Okay. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in. And, yeah, hey, Drake, you better call someone on your cell phone who can shoot.
Indiana, Boston, first half, over 100.5. That's such a loser. I can feel it coming. Tune into our NBA show tomorrow.